Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on one of the most common words in English, go. You think you know it, right? But it has this whole secret life, and once you get it, you'll sound so much more fluent. So let's jump right in. So, let me just ask you this straight up. How many different ways can you really use the word go? I'm not talking about just moving from one spot to another. Just take a second and think about it. Got a number? Well, I bet the real answer is way higher than you think. You see, on one hand, you've got the go everybody learns on day one. Simple stuff, moving from point A to point B. But then, look at the right side. That's the go that fluent speakers use. It's this whole universe of phrasal verbs. Go on, go over, go through. That just adds so much depth and color to your English. And that is exactly what we're here to do today. You know, getting a handle on these isn't just about memorizing words. It's about unlocking a way of speaking that feels, well, more real and natural. These phrases are honestly the backbone of everyday English conversation. Okay, let's get down to it and put go to work. We're going to start with our first group, phrases for action and direction. These are the ones you'll find yourself using all the time for talking about movement and making progress. First one up, go on. Oh, you will hear this one everywhere. It's a super simple way to say to continue, and it's perfect for gently nudging someone to keep talking or finish what they were doing. Like, imagine your friend is telling you a great story, and they pause. You just lean in and say, please go on with your story. It's very interesting. It's like you're telling them, hey, don't leave me hanging. Next up, go ahead. This one's pretty cool because it has a neat double meaning. It can mean to proceed with something like a plan, but it's also a really common and polite way to give someone permission. So say you're running a few minutes late to a meeting. You could totally text your team, you can go ahead and start without me. You're just giving them the green light to get the ball rolling. Okay, let's look at two more together. Go out and go back. Now, go out is specifically for when you leave your house to do something social. You know, dinner, a movie, seeing friends. Go back, though, is just about returning to any place you've been before. So you might say, we usually go out on Friday evenings, and everyone knows you mean for fun. But if you say, I want to go back to that beautiful place, you're just talking about returning to a location. Simple, right? And here we have a total classic pair, go up and go down. You will use these constantly. They're for anything that increases or decreases. Think prices, your phone battery, the temperature. Since they're exact opposites, they're super easy to remember together. For instance, we all know this one is true. Prices go up every year. That's an increase. And of course, on a chilly night, you'd say, the temperature went down at night. That's a decrease. See? So incredibly useful. Okay, let's shift gears a little. We're moving away from physical movement and into the more abstract world of go. This is where things get really interesting. We're talking phrases for ideas, experiences, and changes when go takes us on these little mental journeys. First in this new category is go over. Now, this does not mean you physically walk over something. It means to review it, to check it carefully, like you would with a report or instructions for something. Here's a perfect example we've all lived through. A teacher might say to the class, let's go over the answers before the test. They're just suggesting a careful final review. Next, we've got go through. This one has a bit more emotional weight to it. It means to experience or really to endure something challenging, like a really tough period in your life. For example, he went through a lot of stress during exams. That phrase just perfectly captures that feeling of having to endure something tough, not just passively experiencing it. All right, this one is fantastic. Go off is so versatile. It can mean a bomb explodes or an alarm clock makes a sudden noise. But then, completely differently, it can also mean you suddenly just stop liking something. I mean, how crazy is that? 3 totally different meanings in one little phrase. And here's how that works. For the noise, you'd say, the alarm went off at 7 a.m. Simple. But to talk about a change in taste, you could say, she went off coffee last year. It means she used to love it, and now not so much. It really all comes down to the context. Let's quickly cover 3 more really handy phrases. First, go along with. That's when you agree with a person or their idea. Then there's go in for, which means you're really interested in something, like a hobby. And finally, go without means you have to manage without something you'd normally have. So you could say, you know what, I'll go along with your idea to show you agree. Or for a hobby, she goes in for painting and music. And to talk about a difficult situation, many had to go without electricity. And there we have it. We've gone from simple movement all the way to some really complex ideas, and we did it all with just the verb go. Now for the most important part, how you can start making these powerful phrases your own. Think about it. In just these last few minutes, we've covered 12 absolutely essential phrases. That's a dozen new tools you can put in your communication toolkit, and every single one of them is going to help your English sound more natural and authentic. That's a really big deal. So I'll just leave you with this one final thought. You've seen them, you've heard how they work, and now it's all you. So which one of these phrases are you going to go ahead and use first? Thanks so much for joining me today.